So a lot of people ask me about like what's Joe Rogan's jiu-jitsu game like assuming that I somehow spend hours rolling with you before and after we interact. I mean, what's a good we should at some point show a technique or something. That would be fun.
Sure.
But
I mean, I've got
what's your
there's
game like? What's your
techniques online.
Oh, there I saw you doing I think head and arm something online.
Yeah, I did. I fucked my neck up doing head and arm chokes. I did them so much that I because you use your neck so much with head and arm chokes, I developed like a real kink in my neck, and it turned out I had a bulging disc. And
So you do it on that just one side?
Well, it was no, I could do it on the left side, but I definitely am better on the right side. The right side was my best side.
So if you were to compete, let's say, like, what's your A game? What would you go from standing up? How would you go to submission? Would you pull guard? Would you take down? How would you pass guard?
I don't have good takedowns. I was not a good wrestler. So I would most likely either pull guard or I would pull half guard.
Do you have a good guard?
Yes.
Are you comfortable being on your
Yes.
on your butt, on your back?
Yes. I'm very flexible. So I have my rubber guard is pretty
You go to rubber
good.
guard.
Yeah. I have good arm bars and good triangles off my back. But I also have a very good half guard. But my top game is my best. I have a very strong top game.
Do you have a half guard? Do you have a preference of like what kind of guard and how to pass that guard and is there a specific game plan? Like do you
double underhooks from half guard is the game plan for me. If I can get double underhooks from half guard, I could sweep a lot of people.
Underhooks of what? Sorry, the arms or the legs?
Half guard, lockdown, right? Half guard, go into lockdown, double underhooks.
Got it.
Clinch to the body, suck the body in
just
tight.
Pressure.
And massive pressure. And then inch my way into a position we call the dog fight. Inch my way into a position where I could get the person on their back.
Yeah, that's because you did show me, I still disagree with you about the tie thing. That you can choke somebody with a tie. It's so wrong. It's so wrong.
Well, it's not wrong with you. With you, it's wrong because you.
No, I think there's a system. I have this thing with Danaher. We're gonna figure it out. Okay, but
just have a little Velcro in the back.
No, so but see, you're just not
cheating.
Game. You're not. Yeah, exactly. That's cheating. Yeah, you did. I did feel when you showed me. I think you showed me the rubber guard because it's still a guard that's a little bit foreign to me. I just felt that you can immediately feel, not with the rubber guard, but the way you move your body is you're like a Shanji type of guy who knows how to control another human being. So like some people are a little bit more, I would say, agile and playful and kind of loose and they work on transition. You're a control guy. Like you know how to control position and advance position. Danaher is the same way. He's all about control.
My game is smush. That's my game. Smush you. Grab a hold of you. Once I have you, why would I let you go? Right. That's my thought is like, why would I let you go? I just want to incrementally move to a better position until I can strangle you. But I'm much more into strangling people than anything else.
Yeah, which is a great MMA approach for jiu-jitsu.
Well, too many people don't tap when you get their arms, and I'm not opposed to arm bars. I love arm bars, but everybody goes to sleep.
Yep. And quit from pressure too. I mean, quit mentally. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's nothing like
you can't breathe. If you got a guy who's like a really good top game guy and he mounts you, and I'm a big fan of mounting with my legs crossed, like a guard, like a top guard. And so I can squeeze with both legs, smush. And I'm just looking for people to make mistakes and slowly, incrementally bettering my position until I can get something locked up. Yeah. I love jiu-jitsu though, man. I just wish it didn't injure you.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu is like, if your joints were more durable, if they could figure out a way to make joints more durable. God, I could do jiu-jitsu forever. Yeah. So much fun.
I talked to this roboticist, Russ Tedrick. He builds, he's one of the world-class people that builds humanoid robots. You were interested in Boston Dynamics. He's one of the key people in that kind of robotics. So I asked him the stupidest question of like, how far are we from having a robot be a UFC champion? And it's actually a really, really tough problem. It's the same thing that makes somebody like Danielle Cormier like on the wrestling side special, because you have to understand the movement of the human body in ways that's so difficult to teach. It's so subtle. The timing, the pressure points, the leverage, all those kinds of things. That's just for the clinch situation. And then the movement for the striking is very difficult. As long as you're not allowed as a robot to like use your natural abilities of having a lot more power.
Right, a lot more power and then more durable.
Right.
The human body, like especially meniscus, like you see the heel hook game, like everybody's involved in leg locks and heel hooks. Like all those guys wind up with torched knees. Everyone's got torched knees. Everyone's knees are torn apart. And you don't grow new meniscus. That's like one of those joints where, man, when it goes, it's like, and those guys are 28 years old who have blown out knees.
Let me ask the ridiculous question. What do you think? Okay. We're talking about cops. So what do you think is the best martial arts for self-defense?
For sure, jiu-jitsu. Yeah, for sure.
Wrestling?
I think grappling, I should say. What judo as well, especially in a cold climate. If you get someone who's got like a heavy winter jacket on, my God, like judo is an incredible
plus concrete.
That's the worst place to be, with a heavy winter jacket with a judo specialist, and you're standing up with them. Oh my God. But I think grappling, because in most self-defense situations, it usually winds up with grappling. You're definitely better off, though, knowing some striking, because there's nothing more terrifying than when you go to take someone down, they actually have takedown skills, but they can fight. And so they have takedown defense, and they know how to fight, and then you don't know how to stand up. Like the worst thing in the world is seeing someone like reaching who doesn't know how to do striking, and someone cracks you.
What about all that Krav Maga talk, which is like, the whole line of argument that says that jiu-jitsu and wrestling and all of these sports, they fundamentally take you away from the nature of violence. So they're just teaching you how to play versus the reality of violence that is involved in like a self-defense situation that is a totally different set of skills would be needed.
In general, the people that say that jiu-jitsu or other martial arts it's more of a sport and they don't really understand violence. In general, the people that say that suck.
Yeah, that's
anybody who thinks like someone's like, hey man, I'll just bite you. I'm like, are you going to bite me? Okay. Do you think I'm going to bite you too? What do you think of that? What if I punch you in your fucking face? You think you're still going to bite me when you can't even see?
Yeah.
When you barely even know you're alive and I choke you unconscious? If someone's really good at jiu-jitsu, good luck stabbing them with your keys. You don't have a chance. You don't have a chance. If someone's much better at you and they trip you and get you on your back and then they fucking elbow you in your face and then get a head and arm choke on you, all that Krav Maga shit's out the window, son. You're way better off learning what works on trained killers. Like this whole idea that you're going to poke someone in the eye and then you're going to kick them in the nuts and you're going through these drills that, it's good to know what to do if you run into someone who doesn't know how to fight. It's way better to know what to do to someone who knows how to fight. That's the best thing. Learn how to fight against people who know how to fight. Like all that practice self-defense, and it's gonna come at you with a knife, you're gonna grab the wrist and do that. Like, it's good to know self-defense, but it's much more important to understand martial arts comprehensively. When you understand martial arts comprehensively, like there's no I shouldn't say there's no Krav Maga guys, but it would be shocking if a Krav Maga guy and a mixed martial arts guy had a fight, and the mixed martial arts guy who's a trained killer all around didn't fuck that guy up. That's what I would expect would happen. I would not think that some guy who has a little bit of this and a little bit of that and prepares for the streets is going to be able to handle a person who trains with killers on a day-to-day basis, who rolls with jiu-jitsu black belts, who trains with Muay Thai champions. Like, it's the best martial arts are the martial arts that work on martial artists, not the martial arts that work on untrained people.